In the following video, I'm going to be demonstrating the repository feature inside of the eManage bill of materials and estimating module. The repository feature, which is right at the top of the bill of materials, it is basically a holding area for parts that you reuse constantly. You can reuse them on every single project, or you can use them as to create groups of parts for doing budgetary estimating. Anyways, it's an area to create parts that have that you're going to reuse, such as chairs that have been fully auctioned out for a customer that is always buying the same chair, same color. So you don't have to go through the process of adding a chair and optioning it out all the time. So I'll demonstrate first how you get the parts into the repository, and then how do you get them out and how you use them, but also what you can do with it. So to begin, this is a customer that they buy a Zodi chair all the time, and they buy the same colors. So this chair has been fully optioned out, and then we have a delivery charge. And this is based off a quantity of 1. Now, if I change this part, it will maintain the quantity when I put it in the repository. So this is just based off of 1 chair. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight both parts because I want to take both of them over with me. And I right-click and I send to repository. It tells me that it went over, and it will open up the repository. And now I have these grouped by categories. So right here, there's 2, but there's no category name on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a name. And I'm going to call this Hospital Zodi Chairs. And basically, I'm going to copy this, and put it there so I have the exact same name. Now, so that's how you get parts into the repository. So if you notice here, I have on this one, it says repository. It's a 6x6 composed workstation with 2 overheads and box files. So there's 35 items. So I have 35 parts in here. And if you notice, they all have different quantities. Well, 1, 1, 1. Down here is 2, 3, and 6. So it took the exact quantity as well. And if I open this up, it actually took the options for these items. So they're fully optioned out items. So let me continue here by I took these parts and I put them into the repository. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these items right now. And if I have a new project that I'm working on and it's for this hospital, then all I need to do is I select the bill of materials and I go to my repository and I look at, here's my hospital parts, and I will grab them. Actually, I sent them over twice, so I duplicated them. And I copy the selected, and I right-click, and I paste into my bill of materials, and now there's my parts. Now, one thing that I did is I have an auto part that I created, which is this delivery. So if I need to do a quote for 10 of these, it will automatically change the delivery charge for this. So I can quickly quote this and estimate this to my customer. So anyways, that's one way to use the repository. Another is if I have a budget, and I'm just going to create another option here. And let me go ahead and delete that option. So I have this new phase option, and let's just call it budget 6x6 workstation. And now what I can do is I have nothing in here, no parts, and I go down to my bill of materials level, my BOM, and I go to repository. And I open up my 6x6, and I just select all the parts for that 6x6. I copy, I go down here, and I paste. And all my parts are now in the repository, or all my parts from the repository are inside my option here, and I can do discounting. I can change the quantities. If I want to change the colors, I can double click on this and I can re-option them with Project Matrix. So I could do a variety of things. But anyways, that was just a quick little video to show you how you can use the repository. Other things that we're using a repository for is if you had to, you had some labor parts. So we also put some labor in here, and we have, say, seating or project management, and I can just grab one of these and I could copy it, and I go down here and I paste it. So anyways, it's a great way to store parts that you reuse on a regular basis. And one other thing I didn't go over is in the repository there is a little checkbox here that says to include items created by others. So by default you will only see the items that you've created, but if you check this box it will show other parts that others have created. And so then you can bring those in as well. And thank you for watching our video.